Hi guys, this is Marzena Fitness Anytime and Anywhere by Marzena. Welcome. This is part 1 to a great video where I'm going to show you my best and favorite water exercise with pool noodles. There's going to be a second part added in 2 weeks after adding this one. So wait for it and make sure you check this out. I will attach it at the end. Not only I'm going to show you how to do all of those exercises, but I will tell you what mistakes to avoid, and I will show you how those exercises look from the back. That's something you are used to, but also from the water, and that is so exciting for me to share finally my underwater camera, and we're gonna get so much out of it. I know you're gonna like it. So keep watching. It's gonna take us about 30 minutes and I have a bunch of great exercise. Some you already know, some are completely new to you and new to me. Those are my best and favorite of 2020. If you are new on my channel, welcome. Make sure you check my playlist, subscribe, and then enjoy over hundreds of different workouts in the water, on land, in the most beautiful places in the world. Pick your own, create your own playlist. Stay active, stay healthy, keep moving, get your goals. I'll explain you how to do those exercises, how often, and what mistakes you should avoid. I hope I'll convince you how important it is to do some sort of exercise every single day. Maybe I will also convince you to check some beautiful filming locations in my travel vlogs. Share your favorite videos with your friends and family. Check my Facebook, Fitness Anytime and Anywhere by Marzena. New workout every Saturday. Let's begin with number 1. And this is something that I like to include during a warm-up. It's wide jogging. We are holding noodle in only one hand and we're gonna push and pull it to the side. Keep your core engaged and choose medium tempo. You want to do couple to one side and then switch up. Number 2, AQUA sprint, push and pull. Now this one is way faster. Not only your arms will be pushing and pulling noodle way faster, but also your legs. Number 3, power jumps. Here you're going to gently push noodle down so you can jump slightly higher. It's going to move your heart rate up. This is a great exercise for those challenging cardio intervals. Keep your core engaged and make sure you absorb that impact by rolling your feet from toes down to heels. And keep smiling. Next, number 4, aqua jog. And we're going to do circle movement with arms backwards. And of course, you're going to reverse and move forward. After you do some repetitions on the right, you're going to switch arm. Again, that is a great exercise that you can incorporate during your warm-up. Notice that we are going with high knees jogging. Next exercise, number 5, aqua jacks with pool noodles. With this one, you want to keep noodles at least halfway down below the surface. Your legs do exactly the same with your arms. So you open and close and open and close, and you are dealing with the resistance. Adding a little bit of the bounce here. Keep your feet close to the bottom and remember, absorbing the impact, going from toes to heels, just like here. Yes, you can finally see how everything looks below the water surface. Is that helpful? Let me know in the comments. I promise I'm gonna do more of that in my future videos. I'm really excited about this. Next exercise, we're gonna do horseshoe side kicks. So here you're gonna jump over, lift up your kick, and flex your foot with each move. So kick with side of your foot. Obviously, you're gonna switch side if you are holding noodle on one side. This will kind of force you to engage your core more. Believe me, that's gonna happen. You won't even notice. Number 7, AQUA sprint. Yes, you're gonna go with extremely fast legs, and this is what you're gonna do with noodles and with your arms. You're gonna draw a circle in and out, and you can reverse that movement quickly, or you can do, let's say, 5 to the right, inside, and 5 outside. Look at the legs, they move super fast. There is zero bouncing up and down. You really want to feel that this is the fastest version of this exercise, or it's not AQUA sprint. Obviously, here I'm showing you the same exercise without using the noodle, because you can do almost the same without it. But with noodle, it's something different. It's a little bit more fun. So hey, it's on my list. Control your breath and make sure your lips are open. You inhale into the nose, exhale out through your mouth. Now we're gonna do twist into the opposite knee. Number 8. Now this one is such a fantastic exercise. Look, left hand goes to right knee, and then you switch. You keep your feet open, and you really want to pull that knee up. Use your core strength. Notice there's zero spinal rotation. You are really using your arm strength to swing that noodle from side to side. You will be splashing water, you will hear it. I want you to move fast with this exercise. This is a real calorie burner, and it's so fun. Feel free to move around, or backwards, or forward. Add whatever you want to this exercise to make it more fun. That's definitely one of my favorite, and if you've done my other workouts, you know this one for sure. And I know you are loving it. If you want to do workout with all those moves, make sure you check my other videos where is it full workout. Number 9, V jumps. Here we're gonna push noodle down and we're gonna kick out with both feet out at a time. This is a great dynamic stretch. It's gonna open up our hips, and it's a good hip flexor stretch. Look how it's done. You push noodle down and you kick out at the same moment. I know many of you picked this exercise as your favorite when I did video with dumbbells. Don't forget to let me know which one is your favorite exercise with noodle after you watch the whole video. Those exercises I will be adding more and more often to the future workouts. Number 10, suspended staircase climb. Now, this is how we're gonna begin. You're gonna push noodle down, and then without touching the bottom, I want you to lift up one knee forward and then kick the other leg back, almost like you were climbing a staircase. This is one way to do this exercise. The other way is putting hands on the side of the pool. With the wall support, you will find this way easier. But later on, I want you to give it a try and do it with noodles. Number 11, wood chopper. And this one is super tough exercise for upper body and core. You're gonna use your whole upper body strength to swing that noodle from one side of your body to the other one. After you end that up on the opposite side, I want you to do a little bit of that jump. You will feel your core working hard and your arms. Number 12, cross-country skiing. Now this has to be on a list. Notice it's always going to be the opposite arm. So if I begin with right foot forward, it's left arm that I push forward. Try keep noodle below the surface, and remember, feet stay very close to the bottom of the pool like so. You're not going to move your knees up and down because you want to deal with that resistance. This is how it's done without the noodle, but you get the idea, right? Dealing with the resistance. You will be moving slowly, but you are taking so much out of this move. Notice there's absolutely zero bounce up and down. Zero. No spinal rotation. You only push noodle forward and pull back. Do you see it? Shoulders stay square with our hips. We don't swing hips or shoulders sideways. We don't lean or tilt forward or back. Next exercise is something new. It's pump with side kick. So you will be stepping on the noodle exactly in the middle, pushing it down, then you're gonna kick to the side, and then you're gonna switch. And you obviously want to repeat this many times on one side, later on the other side. Your arms will just help you to balance along with this move. This is easier option where you go one leg at a time, and you can obviously incorporate that jump once you're ready. If you don't step exactly in the middle, you're gonna struggle with balance. Did you see that? That is why I want you to take your time and make sure your foot is where it's supposed to be. Also, keep track on how many kicks and pumps you did on the right, and you're gonna owe exactly the same number to your opposite side. Tempo is your choice as long as you feel you are doing it right. Control your breath. You need to exhale, especially with the pump. The common mistake is that we are actually holding our breath with this most challenging segment of this movement. Next exercise is when you place both of your feet on the noodle and you start floating around. I'll show you this version in a moment. Let's switch side for a moment and do a couple more kicks. Because this is a completely new exercise, I decided to show you this from every single angle and repeat it a little bit more than all the other exercises that you're already familiar with. So here is the other option, pump down or surfing. You also need to be exactly in the middle. You would probably ideally pick a deeper water level for this one. I'm on a shallow end where my camera was, so you can see that I'm a little bit squeezed in, but you want fully straight up your legs down, and maybe you don't need to even touch the bottom with your feet. Swing kicks is number 15, and this one is my recent absolute favorite. And I'm also so excited to finally show you how those swing kicks will look below the surface. Above the surface, we know that. You're gonna squeeze that noodle, it's halfway below the surface. Those are fast, low kicks coming from high knee. The difference from regular kicks is that you will point your toe. That's gonna make it so much harder for the bigger muscle in your legs, quads. You want to choose consistent tempo. Each kick, you're going to squeeze that noodle. So swing kicks with rainbow squeeze is number 15, and it's absolutely my favorite one. Side plank with lift. This is also a tricky one. You're going to have that side plank position. You put your palm in the middle of the noodle. One foot is grounded on the bottom and the other one moves up to the side and down, pretty much coming down the same way. Your other hand can really do whatever makes this position easier. Tempo is slow and controlled, core extremely engaged. And that's exactly how it's gonna look below the surface. Now here, I don't want you to do it on the deeper end of the water because you will be floating. You need to be able to keep that leg grounded on the bottom, and for that it's easier to take this exercise to the shallow part of the pool. Notice my palm is right below the shoulder. Tempo is controlled. You don't want to go too fast or you will lose the balance. It's really hard to coordinate. This is another version of how you can do those side plank. You can just support your shoulder on the noodle. Try both options, one, then the other one, and see which one is your favorite one. If you can do both and you feel you're doing fine, alternate those versions. Number 16, floating scissors. So now I decided to just lie down on a noodle with the scissors going front and back like this, so lying down on the side. Such a great exercise. I like incorporate this one closer to an end or mix that up with something very, very intensive, and you will see those in my future videos. We can have a lot of fun with this exercise. We can choose to turn around. We can move around the pool. And obviously, you want to keep track on how many of those you did on one side and then repeat the same on the other side. And I'll tell you why. This exercise is actually so much fun that it's easy to completely lose touch and forget about, oh, how many I did? 100 or 50? I don't know. You have to try to count, okay? Or put timer on. You owe the same number of reps to your right and left side. That's super important. Try don't bend your knees. You can keep your toes pointed or flex. Use your core strength and use your arms just to make it easier, right? If you decide to turn around, you can use your arms to help you with that turn. Next exercise, 17, side kick with knee curl, repeaters. That means we are not touching the bottom for as many reps as we decide to do. I like to do at least 12, or if this is interval training, repeat them for 30 seconds and then switch side. You try kick close to the water surface and then you pull that knee to the side. Great exercise for chest, for arms, obliques and glutes. Keep going, maintain good tempo and beautiful range of motion. That's what matters with this one. Always exhale with each push. Okay, back to cross-country skiing, number 18. Just this time with knee tucks. And guess what? Almost the same name, but it's a completely different exercise. This time, you're kind of gonna do the opposite what we didn't do before. You're gonna lift up your knees up and down, almost like you try jump over something. Curling those knees up, that's the difference. You see it? This is the knee tuck cross country. Very different, way more challenging for core, and that's what I love about this exercise. We could even do it without touching the ground. So if you have option to use deeper end of the pool, go for it. Any arm moves are fine. You can push noodle forward and backwards, or you can go with the circle movement in and out or out and in. Really just use your imagination. You can't go wrong here. You definitely want to give priority to your lower body. Make sure you don't lean forward too much. Knee side repeaters. Now this is number 19 and this is fast and challenging. And you can choose to stay on the same spot, or you can choose to turn around like I'm turning. It's almost like you broke down in piece, twist into the knee. So mixing those two would be a great combo. Uh-oh, I'm already working on a new routine where those two will be blended. Obviously, you keep track on how many you do on one side and then you switch things up. Well, of course. Keep going and have fun with it. This is also great for obliques and great for lower part of abs. Breathe in and out. Do not close your lips. Moving on again. Are you curious what is number 20? Number 20, skip C. Now this one is also pretty challenging and great for lower part of abs. We also squeeze noodle below the surface. We want to keep noodle halfway down. Toes are pointed. Those are pretty low moves. Okay, you see? I'm not going any higher than my knee level with toe. Fast, short movement. Any arm moves are fine with it. With noodles, again, you can go out, in, front, back. Anything really that you want, as long as it doesn't take away from what your lower body is doing, because I want you to prioritize your lower body with this exercise. Do not bend your knees. That would be pretty much the most important mistake, because it's not going to be skip C. 21, knee tuck and power jump. This is my next absolute favorite. And this is a great alternate exercise for someone who doesn't want to just jump up and down, because it's less impact, yeah? So that was knee tuck, and then you add our power jump. Great for intervals, great for warm-up. And again, if you want to skip the power jump, you can just go with knee tucks and you got it. Definitely this exercise will move your heart rate up. You can do it also next to the wall instead of pushing noodle. You can move forward, you can turn around, you can have so much fun with this exercise. And guess what? If you work out with kids, they're gonna love it. They love anything that's jumpy, splashy, and very, very challenging. Next exercise, 22, roundhouse kick around. Now that's something we could do on the spot, but if we start turning around, I feel we take so much more out of it. Noodle will just make it better. So if you keep noodle halfway down and you move your torso a little bit, it's a tiny rotation to the side and then back, you're gonna work those obliques way better, and also muscles that surround you. Okay, it's not just abs and obliques. Everything on the back side is also so challenged. I want you to point your toe, lift up your knee, and kick as close to the water surface as possible. Notice that after each kick, not only you are pushing your toes down and behind, you're gonna cross your feet right there. I know you can see it from the deck as well. As before, you want to keep track on how many you did on one side and then enjoy the same set on the opposite side. Why? Because you want your left to be as strong and as beautiful as your right. The most common mistake is leaning forward or to the side along with each kick. You want to keep your upper body straight up, chest lifted, shoulders back and away from ears. And then just do best you can. If you can kick close to the surface, great. If not, don't worry. All right, number 3, aqua sprint, and we are squeezing rainbow. Today, up in the air and down in the water. So you're gonna squeeze it 4 times below the surface and then twice as fast, maybe 8 times up in the air. I want to remind you again, this is aqua sprint, super fast. You want your heels to touch the ground only every now and then, but other than this, it's all about how fast you are curling those knees back. Okay? Zero bouncing up and down. Great one for arms, for chest, well, and of course for the most important muscle in our body, our heart. I want you to go as fast with this exercise that you cannot sing along. This is just another idea. You can choose to jog out, in, and continue squeezing that noodle. All right? So mixing up aqua sprint with jogging out or in and continuing the rainbow squeeze movement is again a great mixture that you can incorporate to your noodle workout. Keep going and have fun with it. Control the breath. Those are two very fast moves, and it's sometimes very, very easy to forget about that exhale. Well, anytime you decide to do workout with me, I will remind you, I promise. At the end of this video, I'm gonna link all the videos that I think you should check if you like to work out with noodles. Number 24, scissors, this time facing down. We're also gonna add the push down movement. Notice that hips are below the surface and there's zero movement up and down. Legs are straight, toes are pointed, one toe down to the bottom of the pool, the other one as close to the surface as we can. Tempo is slow and controlled. You always want to place your hands exactly in the middle and just a tiny bit wider than your shoulders. And then you push one toe down, one up. Keep core engaged. Use your strength. Exhale every time you switch legs and push noodle down. You can also try this exercise with your hands on a wall if that's gonna make it easier. Awesome. One more time, check how I position my hands and experiment. Sometimes you may choose a different arm move, right? I see sometimes my students are just holding noodle and they skip the push-up movement, or they even can put noodle under the armpits. That's fine. Whatever makes this movement easy for you is fine. It's great for glutes, it's great for core, and obviously for legs. If you add the push-up movement, then you work your chest. So that makes it a total body exercise, really. The good thing here is that you really don't have to keep track on how many you do on each side. It's a very symmetrical exercise. So if you are liking it, if you love it as much as I do, take as much time as you want to. Again, especially closer to an end of the workout. This exercise can also be done on a very deep water level where you no longer touch the ground. Give it a try. If you are a swimmer and you feel comfortable switching those water levels, then experiment. Let's move on to the next exercise, 25. Now this is going to be crisscross with noodles. It will kind of remind you jumping jacks, but now we're going to cross our right leg ahead and then left. And arms are doing exactly the same once more. So again, very symmetrical exercise, a little bit of bounce going on. Great for warm-up, really great for any segment of your workout. You're probably gonna take most of it if again you're gonna keep noodle at least halfway below the surface. But if you move it up and down every few reps, it's still fine. Palms are facing each other, knees are slightly bent. You want to make sure you bring those heels down to the bottom, right? Don't bounce just on your toes. Keep your chin up, keep your chest lifted, shoulders back and away from ears. Always the position matters. It's important how we are doing those exercises, not only how fast, but how was our form. And here you can choose to cross right leg over 8 times and then switch, or you can choose to alternate, whatever works for you. I bet you're gonna like this one. This one is also fun. You can change tempo, you can go extremely fast or with the medium speed. Again, it really depends on what you want to get out of it. You definitely work your glutes, out thighs, inner thighs, and chest. But if you want that cardio challenge, just move way faster. This is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be attached very, very soon, so make sure you check the end screen, and it's gonna be available soon. Subscribe, and if you want to put all those moves together with me, click for the full workout, my favorite moves of 2020. Thank you guys for watching. Bye now.